full, we're going to need to put in some grass. So I might take the telehandler out with the things, with the bucket, and we can clean the sheeps up at all 3 sites. How's that look for you? I can possibly get another whole one, or I could just throw it on the floor, why not? Yep, and that should be close to full. Okay, let's go get the telehandler and do a little bit of a runabout. What was I going to do? I was going to get the Valtra out, but squirrels. And lots of bales and crates over here. This one, the grass is still automatically loading the feed point, so I must admit, this is the first time I've used a telehandler in a series, and I'm kind of enjoying it. It's a very useful machine. I can kind of understand why a lot of farmers don't like front loader tractors, although I will use them quite a lot. Oops. Well, are we in that field? Gonna need to put silage in. I think that's how it's gonna look. So as I said, I did bring a lot of stuff out the last couple of days just to make sure everything stays good for our sheep and we don't have to keep bringing bales out every other day. I could actually leave those in the feed area, but kind of not so much inclined. I mean, if I did, it would mean we don't have to physically come out to the field to fill up their food trough, except for silage. Because of the issue we have noted that silage just doesn't really work too well and vanishes on you if you only use a partial bale. Okay, how much is that? 198 in grass. That's wrong. That's right. So we're not going to get a full dose of silage there. Got 2 full bales of hay, a partial, and a lot of silage, so that's fine. Don't know that we've got that much grass here. Might have to go and pull some out of the silo for Oakfield pasture. Then we get the Valtra moved, get that started on the contract. Again, I'm not too worried about using a worker on it. We've got the money. I'm just trying to get achievements. There you go. 405 litres of grass. Yay, grass. Okay. Grab that. That should disappear. No surprises. We'll grab that one. Still a fair amount top up there. Oops. do that and that and drop it. Boop. Good job. Pick that up. That went. Pick that up. That will not went. Okay. And then grab a pile of silage and throw that in, or not, we'll just drop it on the floor. And then jump over the hedge and turn the water taps on. Do like that particular mod where you can, you can put the tap somewhere useful. So I can put them in the roadway where I can just drive past and turn the water on, as opposed to having to go all the way round to fix things. Okay, we will take this pile up to the top field again. You can see where I've been driving through here. Trying to remember if I sprayed all the clover. That's an interesting question. Of course, it would be kind of nice to be able to use slurry on it from time to time, or digestate, but it's not something you can meter for precision farming. Slurry's the sort of thing you put on the ground before you use artificial fertilizer to top it off. Okay, how did that look in Oakfield Farm sheep? We need more. We need about half a bale's worth more. Of course, I don't have a bale of grass. I'm not even sure a bale of grass works. Actually, no, it's clover that doesn't work there. But I can drive under here. Oh, and positioned it just right. Ooh, good grief, we have almost 1 million litres of sugar beet. Grass, 2,000 litres. That's it. That's kind of a handy number. It's almost what I was looking for. Now, knowing my luck, it's going to need a little bit less than 2,000 litres. Yeah, just a little. Ah, well, the thunderstorms are over. We ended up with 209 grass. I'm going to stick this back in the silo because otherwise it will rot away. I think the only problem with this telehandler that some farmers would have is the cab height. Especially in European countries, the sheds can be a tad low, and you might lose your little blinky lights and what have you that are situated on top of that. Okay, first things first, I'm going to check around the corner, see if we have not unloaded the liquid fertilizer, so I'm hoping there should be something in there. Oh, we have loads. Where are we going? 36. Is that where we were with field 10? No, it's the Oak Glen farm field. Nice. So at this point, for the next series, I'm debating whether we're going to start off with some reasonable power from, say, older Massey Fergusons, John Deere's, and what's the other one they've got? Fords. And have a new high-tech tractor that has things like crop sensors and what have you that we can use for fertilization and the likes. So something like this tractor as our high-tech, low-power thing. Or whether we'll try and get everything done with one tractor. I kind of like the idea of having two tractors, because it will give us a little bit of flexibility to possibly do some contracts with our material, our equipment, as well as some contracts borrowing equipment. Should probably turn the lights on. How about that? Still a bit overshadowed by the autumn trees. Late mid-autumn. It was the last day of mid-autumn, so and 36 is this one here. 87, let's go. 90. Jump out. And I think I believe there was a patch in the last update to Farm Sim 22 that fixed the fact that sometimes the tractor would drive off while it was still unfolding the sprayer. Okay, what just turned on? I don't know. Interesting. I don't know. I still haven't taken the sound card out of my PC, and the OS still doesn't see it, so that's a thing. Okay, we can take this over to our other fields, and we'll get planting. Probably do a little bit of cab driving since. So we've fed the sheep. We're gonna oilseed radish those two fields. I haven't checked the fields we've planted to see whether the barley and the canola have germinated yet. The barley was the most important to get in and growing, because that then means we could potentially harvest that and plant some corn. Not that we're ever going to see that happen, but it's sort of a plan for the farm this year. And definitely considering harvesting the corn, because we could look at buying a Glen farm, putting pigs in it, and breeding a few pigs as a side option. We'll probably need to expand the equipment we have so that we have a tractor permanently down at Glen, sorry. And also I would need to probably put a barn extension down there and hold some sugar beets down there as well. Were we continuing, but yeah, this is sort of a conjectural what we do when we're continuing we continuing the series. I don't like just sort of, okay, well, we're not going to plant anything in all the fields, we're just going to sell everything, we're going to see what we get, and now we're done. It's sort of, the farm is always a going concern when we finish a series. Hence the oilseed radish now. This is probably going to be sugar beets again. The field that had sunflowers in, probably going to plant something like soybeans in it for a change. We've never really got into soybeans, but we could. And then new fields that we buy this year, I would probably, we're not going to buy them until well into the winter, once we've started selling all of our grains for the year. So, it's got to be a spring crop. And that's kind of the way things look for us for the end of the series. Okay, tea's gone. As it is, we've got 157 hours on this tractor. Probably similar amount on the Class 940, which is the tractor we notionally transferred from Lawfolds with. But Farm Sim 22 is gonna be a brand new series. No link back to this one. It's not a continuation. It will be a completely new start. So we kind of did the continuation where we'd worked hard for Lawfolds and got it so far along. I kind of wanted to continue as a mature series, but it's, doing that, you miss out on the let's do a start from scratch type of thing. Good grief, it's humid. So we're gonna start with a little bit of a challenge for the next series. And the thing is with Farm Sim, if you play a long series, it's never hard. It's just the first year, 2 years where you're getting yourself established. You've got to make sure you're making money in order to support your operations. So you can't afford to invest at the beginning, because if you don't make the money back to cover that investment, then you may be game over before you get anywhere. However, once you're established, it's very difficult to do anything wrong. The stage we're at the moment, we're making over $1 million in sales during the winter. We're making another, I want to say 400,000 off wool and selling 750 sheep, it's very difficult to make a mistake now. It's not like, oh, let's go out, I need to buy 5 combine harvesters. I've got one, it's adequate for all the fields we have. I would have to buy all of the fields on this map to justify having more than one harvester. It's still a bit close to the trees, so I think we'll do another headland. But, buying the fields, again, I can't cripple myself, because if we come in with a problem, I can sell the field I just bought for the same price I bought it. Now, there's a mod in 22, I don't know if it works with 1.4, but it does have variable price fields, so you can pick up a field at a discount, but there is always a difference between the purchase price and the sell price. Not in your favour, so you can't flip a field and automatically it's going to be, what's the word for it? A sort of break even. It's always going to cost you more than you sell it for. By, I'm not sure, it's about 10-15%, I think reviewers were saying of that mod. So it's going to help. Obviously, it's gonna vary your judgment in what field do I want to buy, because I might look at something and say, well, look, I've got this field and I've got that field there, so maybe I want that one because it puts 3 fields close together. Yeah, that's a good plan. But if that field there is currently at plus 20%, then maybe I don't want to buy that one because it's just too pricey at the moment. But we'll see how that works out. But field flipping becomes less desirable because obviously you buy the field, you harvest the field, now you sell the field and it's always going to sell for less than you paid for it. It still doesn't take into account the crop in the field, which technically it should. If you buy a field with crop... So that in real life, if you buy a field with crop in, normally you're buying the field, but you're not taking possession of it until next year. The guy who planted the field wants rid of the field, but the crop that's in it belongs to him. And so you'll normally have a purchase agreement where he gets to harvest his crop, but once the crop is harvested, you're doing, the field belongs to you. So you usually don't gain from the fact that there's a crop in the field. Okay, that's just 2 headlands. We should be good now. We've got more than enough seed, and I missed a bit. Well, what we could do, auto width. I don't even know what direction we're going. 90, okay. A plus heading, set A, 90, set cardinal, back to there. Back to there, and it's on. And at least after this row we can do it as efficiently as we want. We are down to, let's do a quick check, we're down to 47% Liquid fertilizer. The liquid fertilizer contract's 31% done. We're probably going to have to top that off before we finish the contract. Okay. Let's get the wheels straight. Turn on guidance steering. There may be some small triangles towards the edge of the field where we miss parts, but I can probably fix that later. So again, another nice ambience to the map. Bit of a misty morning. Obviously the crops are still, well, the ground's covered in dew, so still a little bit damp out. Okay, slow down. Turn the doodad back on and lower that off and cruise control on. And time to top up my glass. Why are we going so slow? Let's go faster. Oh, that's much more like it. Of course, as I've said before, this is just oilseed radish. So it's not something we absolutely need to be completely OCD about planting. The reason being that obviously it's topping up the nitrogen, and anything we actually miss, the fertilizer will take care of. But OCD farmer says we need to get everything covered properly. What are we doing? 38% and 39%, yeah. So, our fields at the top there don't look like anything's growing. Same with our canola, or the fields we planted canola in. So it'll be, hoping they germinate and start growing before we actually get into the winter. So we have these three fields, although that field does look like there's something growing in it. Yeah, these are a lighter green. This was planted earlier than we did. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do is turn the lights on a bit so we can see what we're doing, and come back round here. Oh dear. And